I didn't download the app because I believed in it. I downloaded it because it was free, had no ads, and promised something vague enough to feel harmless. Improve your sleep quality, the description said. Track patterns you don't notice. No company name, no screenshots of a real interface, just a black icon with a pale crescent moon. I found it at 1:13 a.m., lying in bed, phone inches from my face, scrolling because I didn't want to close my eyes yet. I live alone, small apartment, thin walls, city noises that never fully stop. Sirens in the distance, subway rumble beneath the floor. Someone yelling 2 blocks away, then silence again. Sleep doesn't come easily in places like this. So I tapped download. The app didn't ask for much. No email, no login, no permissions except notifications. That should have bothered me. It didn't. The first screen was plain white text on a black background. Welcome back. That was strange. I told myself it was generic phrasing. I tapped continue. The next screen read, "We help you remember what your mind tries to hide." Then a single button. Start night 1. I laughed quietly to myself and set the phone face down on the nightstand. I didn't open the app again. At least, I don't remember doing it. I dreamed of my childhood bedroom. Not the room itself, the hallway outside it. The light was off, but I could see clearly anyway. At the end of the hall stood my bedroom door, half open. Something was wrong with the space behind it. Too dark. Not shadow dark. Empty dark. Like the room wasn't there anymore. I tried to step forward. My feet wouldn't move. Then I heard breathing. Not loud, not close. Behind the wall. Inside it. Scratching followed. Slow. Careful. Like something testing the surface. I woke up gasping, heart pounding so hard my chest hurt. The city was quiet for once. No sirens, no voices. Just the hum of electricity and my own breathing. My phone lit up. A notification. From the app. I hadn't opened. I hadn't said anything. The message read, "Nightmare recorded." Below it, smaller text. Hallway, door, scratching behind the wall. My stomach dropped. I sat up and checked the app history. There was only one entry. Night 1, complete. Time stamped 1:14 a.m., 1 minute after I downloaded it. I deleted the app immediately, held the icon until it shook, tapped remove, confirmed. The screen went blank. I sat there for a long time, waiting for my pulse to slow. I told myself it was coincidence. The brain is powerful, dreams recycle fear, phones do weird things. By morning, I almost believed that. That night I dreamed again. This time I was on the subway. Late night, almost empty. Only one other person in the car. They sat at the far end, head bowed, face hidden. The train slowed between stations. Lights flickered, then stopped. The doors didn't open. The other passenger lifted their head. Their face was wrong. Not distorted, not monstrous, just unfinished. Like someone had erased features and forgotten to redraw them. They spoke without moving their mouth. "Why didn't you finish the night?" I woke up screaming. My phone was already lit. A notification waited, from an app that wasn't on my phone anymore. Night 2, incomplete. Under it, subway, faceless passenger, interrupted before ending. I stared at the screen, hands shaking. The app icon appeared again on my home screen. Same black background, same crescent moon. I didn't reinstall it, it was just back. I tried to ignore it. That was my first real mistake. During the day, things felt off. I caught reflections lingering too long in subway windows. Heard scratching sounds that stopped when I turned my head. My phone buzzed every few hours. I didn't open the notifications. That night I didn't sleep. I kept the lights on. TV playing. Noise everywhere. At 3:02 a.m., the phone vibrated again. This time I looked. Sleep is required. Another message followed immediately. You can't skip the end. That was the night I realized something important. The app wasn't tracking my nightmares. It was waiting for them. And it wasn't done with me yet. I tried to break my routine. That sounds small, but it wasn't. I stopped sleeping in my bed, stopped charging my phone at night, stopped taking the same subway line home. I told myself that if the app was feeding on patterns, then I would starve it. The city makes that easy. You can disappear into crowds, change routes, stay awake until your body gives up. For 2 nights it worked. No dreams, no notifications. The app stayed on my phone, but it was silent. The crescent moon icon looked dull, almost faded, like it was waiting. By the 3rd night, exhaustion won. I fell asleep on the couch with the TV still on, volume low, some late-night rerun flickering blue across the walls. I dreamed of my apartment, exactly as it was. Couch, TV, streetlight glow leaking through the blinds. Everything normal, except I was standing in the hallway, watching myself sleep. I could see my own chest rise and fall. My phone was on the coffee table. The screen lit up. In the dream, I knew I wasn't supposed to touch it, but my feet moved anyway. Each step felt delayed, like the floor was slightly soft beneath me. When I picked up the phone, the app was already open. No menus, no buttons, just text. Night 3, live session. Below it, turn around. I didn't want to. I knew what would be there. In the reflection of the dark TV screen, something stood behind me. Too tall, too close. I woke up choking on air, fingers digging into the couch cushions like I'd been falling. The TV had switched off. The room was silent. My phone buzzed. Session complete. Under it, observation phase. Successful. That was when I understood. The app wasn't just recording dreams. It was using them to learn how I reacted. Things escalated quickly after that. During the day, my phone would light up with previews, not notifications. Previews, blurred images, fragments of text, a subway platform I hadn't visited yet, a hallway I didn't recognize, a timestamp several hours in the future. Once, while waiting for the train, my phone vibrated. Next location confirmed. The train doors opened. The car was empty except for one person, faceless, standing exactly where the app preview had shown. I didn't get on. I turned around and took the stairs instead, heart hammering so hard my vision tunneled. The phone buzzed again. Deviation noted, adjusting. That night, the dream changed. No apartment, no familiar places, just darkness and a voice. Not coming from anywhere, coming from inside my head. You keep choosing the long way, it said. That's okay, we still arrive. I woke with tears on my face and the taste of metal in my mouth. The app was open. This time there was a new section. Upcoming nights, 3 entries, all blank, all dated. Tomorrow, the next night, the one after that, the 3rd date was highlighted. I tried to uninstall the app again. It wouldn't delete. I tried resetting my phone. It came back. I tried leaving the phone at work overnight. When I woke up, it was on my nightstand. Fully charged. The app open. Misplacement causes stress, it read. Stress improves clarity. I stopped going out, stopped answering messages, stopped sleeping more than an hour at a time. But every time I closed my eyes, I felt watched. Not from the room, from inside my thoughts. The dreams became shorter, sharper, less symbolic, more instructional. Hallways with arrows painted on the floor. Doors labeled with times instead of numbers. Mirrors that reflected places I hadn't been yet. The app stopped asking. It started confirming. On the 6th night, the dream didn't end when I woke up. I sat bolt upright in bed, gasping, sweat soaking the sheets. The room looked normal, but the feeling didn't fade. That pressure, that sense that something had stepped closer. My phone buzzed. Final night prepared. Under it, smaller text. You've seen it from the inside. Now you'll see it from the other side. I stared at the screen until my eyes burned. I didn't sleep again. Not really, because when dawn came, I realized something worse than any nightmare. I couldn't remember what being rested felt like, and the app knew that too. I didn't go to work. I didn't answer messages. I didn't leave the apartment. By the time the sky outside my window started to lighten, I already knew something was wrong. Not about to be wrong, already wrong. The city sounded distant, like it was being played through a wall. Sirens were muffled, car horns felt delayed. Even the rumble of the subway beneath the building was softer than usual, like it was further underground than it should be. I checked my phone. No signal bars, no Wi-Fi. Just the app. Open. Waiting. At the top of the screen, final night, ready below it, a sentence that made my throat tighten. You don't have to sleep this time. A new button pulsed slowly at the bottom. Begin. I dropped the phone onto the bed like it was hot. I told myself I wouldn't press it. I told myself that if I stayed awake long enough, if I stayed alert, if I didn't give it what it wanted, it would fail. I made coffee, then another, then another. My hands shook so badly I spilled half of the last cup. That's when the apartment changed. Not all at once, just subtly. The hallway light flickered longer than usual before stabilizing. The reflection in the bathroom mirror lagged when I moved my head. The walls felt closer, not visibly, but audibly. Every sound echoed just a fraction too long. I sat on the edge of my bed and pressed my palms into my eyes, trying to ground myself. When I opened them, the phone was in my hands. I don't remember picking it up. The screen read, "Thank you for continuing." The room went quiet, not silent, quiet, like something had leaned in to listen. The screen faded to black. White text appeared. This is where most people wake up. A pause, then, you didn't. The walls around me creaked. Not settling creaks, movement creaks. The kind you hear when someone shifts their weight just outside a door. I stood up slowly. The apartment looked normal, but the depth felt wrong, like the space had been stretched slightly, then snapped back imperfectly. The hallway was longer than it should have been. The bathroom door stood open. The mirror inside reflected the hallway. But not me. I stepped closer. My reflection appeared a moment later, sliding into place like it had been late. Behind it, something else. Not standing. Waiting. I turned around. Nothing. I turned back. It was closer now. The reflection's mouth opened. Mine didn't. You learned quickly, it said, speaking without sound. You followed the patterns. My phone vibrated. Nightmares aren't created. They're accessed. The reflection tilted its head. You gave us permission when you pressed download. The mirror's surface rippled. Not like glass breaking, like water disturbed by a fingertip. I backed away until my shoulders hit the wall. The hallway lights flickered violently now. Doors appeared where there hadn't been doors before, each one labeled. Night 1, Night 2, Night 3. At the far end, a door without a label, just a timestamp, 1:14 a.m., the exact minute I downloaded the app. My phone buzzed again. Final selection required. The unlabeled door began to open on its own. Darkness spilled out, thick and soundless. From inside it, I heard breathing. My breathing, multiplied, layered. Too many versions of it. The reflection stepped out of the mirror. It didn't walk. It unfolded. When it stood in front of me, I realized why it felt familiar. It wasn't copying me. It was me. Not as I was, but as I had been every night I'd woken up scared, half dreaming, vulnerable, open. All you did was notice us, it said gently. We were already here. The app displayed one last message. Nightmare complete. The apartment lights went out. Everyone. Total darkness. I felt pressure against my chest, my throat, my thoughts. Then, nothing. I woke up on my bed. Morning light through the window. City noise back to normal. Phone on the nightstand. No app. No crescent moon icon. No notifications. I laughed. I actually laughed. I thought I'd finally snapped. I called in sick. I took a long shower. I avoided mirrors. That night I slept. Deep. Dreamless. Until I checked my phone the next morning. There was a new app installed. No icon image. Just a blank square. No name. No description. Inside it was one message. Written in my voice. Thank you for your contribution. Below it, a counter. Active users. 8,214. It ticked up. 8,215. My phone vibrated. A notification preview appeared. Welcome back. If you're reading this late at night, if you've ever felt like your dreams were watching you back, check your phone. See if there's an app you don't remember installing. And if there is, don't press Start Night 1, because once it knows you're paying attention, it stops predicting your nightmares and starts scheduling them. Have you ever woken up already afraid without knowing why?